I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada with Joe Sacco. We actually met the other day, and it was an interesting kind of way. Maybe you'd like to tell our viewers how we kind of randomly met by chance?
Sure. I was just walking in the neighborhood over by the university with a fellow social work classmate, and she noticed the RV. We both did, and she said, "Oh, there's some cute guys in that RV." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, let's go talk to them then, you know?" And she's not shy either, so we went up to the door and knocked, and you guys let us in, and now here we are talking about all kinds of interesting stuff.
It turns out that we have some similar things going on amongst what we do here and what you are doing here in Las Vegas. Can you tell some of the things you participate here in your hometown?
Definitely. I definitely believe that like energies attract, and there was a reason why I met you guys. I have been very involved in grassroots activism for many years in Las Vegas. Everything from drug law reform to police accountability to homeless advocacy work. And I have some interesting tales to tell.
Well, why don't you give us a few of those while we're here?
Well, one group that I've been loosely affiliated with, because there is really no hierarchy or membership to speak of, is the international group Food Not Bombs. And we talked about them before. Most people have never heard of Food Not Bombs. It's an organization that started in 1980 by a guy named Keith McHenry, among other activists. They were anti-nuclear activists, and they were tabling in Boston, and they were trying to give out their information, their propaganda, their views on why nuclear weapons are bad and unhealthy for the world. And they weren't getting anybody interested. So long story short, they saw fraternities and sororities doing bake sales, and they saw, wow, they're like wildly popular, and like we're just lame and boring and political. So so what they did is they started giving away free food, and thus the group was born, Food Not Bombs. And they found that by giving people food, they could also tie in the issue of poverty and how that is related to the military-industrial complex. I've been involved on and off again with Food Not Bombs here in Las Vegas since about 2004, and we, like many other cities in the U.S. and around the world, have gotten a lot of crackdown by the state, by the police, by the local authorities and politicians for our First Amendment constitutionally protected activities. We've been harassed for gathering over 25 people in a park. We've been harassed for not having a food handler's permit, and all we're doing is, you know, giving away food, and not even giving it away, just like sharing it. Like, I got this bread here. Okay, here, have some bread. Go ahead, take a bite. It's safe.
It is.
Okay,
it's good.
That is considered a threat to the establishment. In my personal experience, we have been harassed by the police. We've been harassed by the marshals for giving out food. I've been arrested for graffiti when I was drawing on the sidewalk with children's chalk. I'm talking about a white piece of washable, it'll wash away when the rain comes, chalk. Now, if kids were doing hopscotch in the park, they wouldn't be arrested. But I was arrested and spent a week in jail for graffiti because I was writing Food Not Bombs, we will never stop feeding people, we're never going to stop helping people, and other phrases such as that. So that's just one example. I've also been involved with a group called Cop Watch, which you may have been familiar with. And what Cop Watch does is they observe the police to hold them accountable. Because the police are a public service. They're supposed to serve and protect. However, what we witness them doing, more so than not, is harassing, intimidating, and being a tool of the state to hamper people's First Amendment and other constitutionally protected rights. I just find it bizarre, yet I'm not surprised anymore that the state finds it so threatening when individuals get together in community to do something for the betterment of themselves and their community.
I also see here you have your Forgotten Voice that you've brought along. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Show it to our viewers, maybe?
Definitely. This is Forgotten Voice. The basic premise of this paper is that it's a do-it-yourself mentality. That is where the individual empowerment comes into play. By giving people something to be involved with, I think that's where people that are disenfranchised with the system, or people that don't have a sense of family or a sense of community, that's what activates, that's what brings people back together. You know, if someone's living on the streets, chronically homeless, they don't want help, they don't want services, all of a sudden they come into contact with someone like myself or the other great people that I've met in the parks over the years, and they are reinvigorated. It may be like a game of basketball, or sharing a hamburger in the park, or writing a story for the paper, and that activates them, that reminds them of the power of one, the power that they have to be involved, to be in charge of their fate, in charge of their lives.
Well, it really sounds like you got something good going here in Las Vegas, Joe. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and I hope that through the networking, which brought us together, and the randomness, that we have sit here and have the food fight together. It's been a pleasure.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.